thank you so much for joining us. We are so glad to have you with us on Fashion Watch this evening with a Fashion Watch panel every Saturday right here on Citizen Weekend. The Fashion Watch panel critiquing the week's style trends locally and internationally. We have a panel of experts in studio tonight every Saturday. Use the hashtag Fashion Watch, starting with Anabel Onyango, celebrity fashion stylist, critiquing this week's trends and telling you what's in and what's not. Also with us, image consultant and motivational speaker Robert Bolale will be talking to our style etiquette and matters fashion this evening as well. That is Robert Bolale every Saturday right here on Fashion Watch. Also that's celebrated award-winning fashion journalist Carol Ondero looking at this week's trends and telling us what is currently trendy and what's not. And of course your favorite judge Ian, celebrity thespian Ian Mbugua, critiquing this week's fashion trends. Let's begin with the style soiree with Lucia Musao, who is a fashion stylist and a blogger. Let's take a look at who was there. And this is Lucia herself. She's a lady in the gold gown, and with her is a lady in yellow and black. I want to start with you, Anabel. Let's critique this style. For you, which look is working? Who wore it better? Yeah, I mean, Lucia Musao, this was her event, and she is one of the premier fashion bloggers in Kenya. And, you know, she looks like it. She has 50,000 followers on Instagram, and this is her event, and she's showing it, honey. She's wearing, you know, a gold dress, head to toe, by Wamboi Mukeni, made in Kenya designer, and her friend. And I love the juxtaposition here of, you know, two fashion girls, one who's, you know, a little more vampy and the other one who's a little more classic. If the screen could zoom in on these girls, which we obviously can, but you'll see how the styling is actually really well done. Everything is really neutral. She's wearing a neutral lip, a nude lip actually, so that, you know, the dress speaks for itself. I really like this look. I love girls who just keep it classic with a twist. Lucia Musao, you know, a great wig. She looks great. Yeah, Carol, I want to talk about the skirt, the high-waist skirt, and then the low dip on the top that she has on. So there's cleavage and there's thigh showing, and I think previously you guys have been against showing both, that either you go with the high slit or you go with the cleavage. Your thoughts on the yellow and black?
Well, I love the look, I have to say, but the reason why why I'm probably bringing this up with the top and the bottom is because of how she's holding the skirt. So it makes it look like she's trying to cover up or be conservative. The pose doesn't work in her favor. If you're trying to look at that, look at something not to follow. But the thing is that she is wearing it with enough body confidence to be able to pull it off. So while it is a rule that it is preferable not to break, there are also instances where the women will actually make it work. You know, you can actually make the vampy look good on you, and the thing that makes it work for her is because it's not so exaggerated, because her hair is very natural, her makeup is very clean, so she doesn't go over the top with everything. So you can just first you notice the skirt, then you notice the chest area, but at least you see that it's enhanced a little tastefully as opposed to being all out there.
Ian, do you agree?
He's distracted.
I don't know why she says you see the thigh before you see the cleavage.
I'm a girl, that's why I'm sorry.
She should have had the skirt longer so that she doesn't have to struggle with that slit. Yes. Yes.
Okay, so those are Ian's thoughts. So what are you feeling, Bob?
Of course, for Lucia, for me, she's one of the best dressed ladies we have in this country. But for the other lady, I think she's shown just too much. I mean, too much on the bottom, too much on the top. Not sure what you want to show, what you don't want to show. I just think she should have covered it up, because if you see the way Lucia is dressed, you can cover up and still look classy and good. I mean, with all due respect to the lady, the top bit is actually, it's a sore. It's an eyesore. It doesn't look very good at all.
Why?
Because, I'm not saying, that's why I said with all due respect to her. I'm not saying her body shape is bad, but I'm just saying she's showing a bit too much. If you have to show, you have to go for the strategy called now you see, now you don't. But her, it's just all over the place. That's why Ian was distracted.
Oh, I'm not distracted in a bad way. I'm not
but my take is don't show too much skin. And I remember a few weeks ago Carol said if you have to show one, don't show the other, but now she's just gone over the top with both.
Okay, tell us what you think. The hashtag is Fashion Watch, and let's proceed. See who else was there. Okay, so she chose, well, it's been raining in Nairobi and this fabric looks a bit heavy. I don't know, but then perhaps this is just a style. Annabel, tell us about this look. What's going on here?
It actually is just the style. I mean, crop tops are still here. The girls are still wearing them. I'm
curious about the fact that it's not as tight-fitting as...
Yeah, I mean, it's quilted. That fabric is quilted, which gives it that sort of, you can wear it in winter kind of a vibe because it's heavier. And I like the balance. I mean, if you're going to show a little navel, cover up and wear a turtleneck. This is a real fashion girl's outfit because it's quite a lot. But I like it. I wish she'd put her hair up so we could see more of her turtleneck. But otherwise, I could wear this every day.
Yeah?
I like it. Hasn't tried too hard, yet it's still making a loud statement.
Okay, Carol, you agree this is fashionable?
Yes, it's very fashionable, and the fabric just looks heavy. It doesn't necessarily have to feel heavy. You know, there's a way you can do it. I mean, the technology, blah blah blah. You don't even want to hear me go on and on about that. The only thing I can critique about this look is that when it comes to finagling the last finishing touch, Kenyan women need to up their game. Makeup and hair, those details matter, and here you can see. It's the hair and the makeup that actually let down the look. The look is great, it's very fashion forward, but the face doesn't do justice to the look.
Ian, share your thoughts.
I don't like it. I don't like the hair because it's so obvious that you can see where her real hair is and where the weave is. It's pretty obvious. Come on, it's pretty obvious. The lipstick, it's a bit much, and then the top looks like it's too big. I don't like it.
It's supposed to be puffy, like it can let air in.
So what you're saying is that, okay, so Annabel and Carol both say this is very trendy, this is fashionable, so for you that doesn't really count as long as it doesn't look good?
Nope.
It doesn't look good?
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
Because she's covered up?
Oh, please.
She's not covered up, actually. It is part of her...
Yeah, but not over the top.
Okay, not
well, you know, this was a fashion girls event. So, you know, fashion girls, they don't dress for men. They really dress for themselves, and they dress for other women. And they dress, you know, they follow what's happening in the world.
This is true, but I can see the expression on your face. It actually is
really, you know, to these kind of girls, it doesn't matter what men think about what they wear. They don't care.
What are you giggling about?
I don't accept that statement.
Well, that's too bad.
No, you may say because it sounds very correct, but let me tell you, when most women dress, they think, what will the men see?
Actually, they don't. They don't.
That's a very sexist statement.
No, it's not. It's just being realistic.
No,
I'm just saying that which...
What do you think? Ladies, Bob said when ladies dress, they dress for men. Come on.
No, in their mind, they'll be like, I need to look good. And I need to be appreciated.
For myself. Or perhaps because I don't want another lady to steal my thunder.
So even someone showing too much cleavage is for herself, really?
Yeah.
Yes, it can be for herself.
Okay,
my name is Peter.
The hashtag is Fashion Watch. Please disagree with Bob on that one, ladies. SMS number 22422. Let's proceed and see who else was there. So this is still at the soiree with Lucia Musau, and this another fashion girl with these bold colors. Carol, let's get your thoughts on this.
Well, I love this look. It's beautiful. It's a way of wearing a bodycon dress without necessarily going over the top. I love the yellow and blue part. The yellow and blue is quite a trend with Kenyan women. It's been for like the past 2 years or so. The only thing I can fault her, again, hair and makeup, you have to pay attention to those details because sometimes they don't photograph well or they don't sharpen your look. You see everything else is perfect and she's thought about it and the dress fits. But then the makeup and the hair, just a little more effort.
Ian?
I agree with Carol. I agree. I love the colors. I love the dress. I love the coat on top and the accessories, which is minimum. She looks good.
Yeah. So, Annabel, I mean, a lot of bodycon going on, and you know, even with Vivo, you know, just sort of dressing women in clothes that sort of flatter their curves and that they're comfortable in. Let's talk about the bodycon and how this girl has interpreted this look is fashion forward. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the bodycon dress stretch is here to stay. It's one of those perennial favorites for women because, you know, it's easy, you know, you can wear it day, you can wear it at night. I like the fact that you can update this dress with an African print overcoat. I think that updates it for 2016. I wish she hadn't matched it so much, because that feels like she's trying too hard. It feels too considered. I think sometimes you have to be a little more like effortless. And so I wish, you know, if she removed the yellow choker and hadn't worn blue shoes and had worn nude shoes instead, I would have liked this look a little better.
I can't add much. I just wish she had gone with a different color pair of shoes.
Yeah. Too matchy for you?
Too matchy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Hashtag is Fashion Watch. And let's see what else was happening. Okay, so this is the same event, and this here is a gentleman. I want to talk about this jacket. Bob, let's begin with you. Your thoughts on how this guy stepped out for this particular event.
Tie is a no-no. That tie just messes up the whole look. I wish the jacket was a little bit longer, just a little bit longer, and the sleeves.
Is that velvet?
Yes.
The jacket.
Yes. And when you go for the shorter sleeve kind of coat, you must wear a shirt that pops out when you're shaking someone's hand or when you're walking. So for me, he failed because the shirt should be popping out from that kind of sleeve. And
it is.
Slightly.
Yeah, it is.
It's a bit too short, even the length of the coat. That's why we have drop 4, drop 6, and drop 8.
And then, Carol, there's those people who are not into that clean cut sort of straight jacket look, you know. And this guy with his mismatched, uncoordinated look here, for some people, or for fashionistas, this might actually be a look that, you know, you would actually give a thumbs up. Do you like it?
I actually love everything about this look, including the tie, incidentally, because that's actually a trend with menswear. It's a very fashion-forward trend. And a lot of Kenyan men are actually getting these poop blazers. The thing you need to do, however, for me, I can only fault him for his pants. When you go and get a blazer and you want to pick it up, take the pants you're going to wear it with to the designer and then get the entire look assessed, you know, get suggestions, recommendations, and then get the pants to be tailored to fit according to the blazer. Don't just assume that you know it in your head and wear it in your head. Get the whole look sorted out. So when you're going to collect the blazer, go with a collection of pants and then see which one works best for me.
Yeah. So these pants not working?
These pants don't work because I don't think that they're fitted properly. I think that they're a little too big.
Only the fit, not
just
the color.
The fit. Everything else is fine.
Ian?
Chinos, with all that, no. No. You don't wear chinos with that. It spoils it. Because they're too big.
Okay, so for our, you know, for our
they who do
our Mashinani audience, what are chinos? Please tell them what chinos are.
It's a material that is what he's wearing. I can't explain it.
It's like a khaki. It's a khaki.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
So that's
no khaki. No.
Anabel, let's talk about this gentleman.
I mean, this gentleman is actually called Ngure, and he is a fashion blogger. And so I'm not quick to criticize him, because I think bloggers usually come at things from a different perspective. They're not conventional, so they march to the beat of their own drum. I will say that I wish he didn't look kind of like a dinner jacket on top and then a day look on the bottom. It kind of feels like it's not a concerted look. So I would change the pants, but otherwise, you know, a brocade jacket, which is what he's wearing, that texture is really good for the cold weather. So look to wear texture in winter, so velvet, brocades. It keeps you warm and it looks good.
Okay. Please share your sentiments. Hashtag Fashion Watch. No, it's not. It's not. Yeah. But then again, Bernard Ndong is a very fashionable guy. Yeah. So moving on, this is the gentleman's mixer, and this here is image consultant Derek Banga. And this is how he stepped out for this event. I want to start with you, Bob. This is your colleague. So let's not shy away from faulting his look.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be nice. For the best, the jacket is one I would pay $1 million for myself. I love the jacket.
Two buttons, buttoned together.
I just fault the fact that he has both buttons. Just unbutton one of them, but the look is absolutely fantastic. Now he has gone for busy jacket, plaid shirt, and now why he has gone for the dark colored shoe is because the trouser is light colored, so his coordination is very, very well choreographed. Yes.
Anabel?
Yeah, I really like the styling as well. I mean, what a perfect example. Derek Banga is a gentleman. He dresses like a gentleman too. I love this sort of summer suiting, which is when you wear sort of summer clothes, but you wear them in lighter colors. Again, this is Ian's chino, but perfectly fitted to the body. And I just like the sort of, you know, the light from head to toe. Derek Banga knows exactly what he's doing.
Carol?
Oh, I love this look. It's absolutely impeccable. You know, I'm a grown man look and I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't fault him for buttoning the other button like Robert is. I don't want to pay attention to that particular detail. What I want to say again, when you go and get your blazer fitted, this is what it means to also coordinate with your pants. So when you go to the designer and you get your blazer fitted, please be sure to know what the complete look is supposed to be like before you leave with your blazer. So this is really critical.
Yes. So this is a win for you too, Ian?
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, so Ian, loving this look on Derek Banga as well. Do you love it as well? Use the hashtag FashionWatch. Okay, we're proceeding. This is Nick Mutuma, same event. So we're coming from Derek Banga, who, you know, was dressed in that jacket and everybody gave a nod to. And this is Nick Mutuma, who is equally good looking and yes, is a personality as well. So let's talk about this look here, Bob, because I can hear you chuckling.
This is a total fail. I mean, from Derek Banga to this, it's like from Leicester City to Arsenal for football fans. Really, to be honest, I have seen this gentleman dress better. In fact, I've never faulted him before. It's, for me, a careless look.
And I know. Start thinking you have an issue with him because last
I never faulted him.
Event, you didn't like what he was dressed in as well. You said he looked like he was wearing a grown-up's clothes. I don't know. If
I think that was it.
Something like that. His outfit aged him.
No, that's exactly I have never. If you go back, I didn't say that, but
no,
I've never.
That was me.
That was Carol.
Yeah,
I love this gentleman's dressing. I love the way he carries himself and the way he's branded himself. But he has not done himself favors here. When you go for such a function and you know the Derek Bangas will be there, you need to really come up with your A game. And someone who is consistently smart. I think he's tried to go for the British casual look, but it just did not pull it off. I've seen him dress better.
Anabel, do you agree? Because Derek and Nick are not of the same age demographic. I mean, this is a fairly younger guy. So, Anabel, what do you think about this?
Yeah, I don't know what the haterade is on this. I mean, Nick Mutuma is a different generation, like you say, Lils, from Derek. And, you know, I think this is a really smart way of being casual in the daytime. I don't know if it was a daytime event. There's no red carpet. I assume it was.
It's in the evening, for the evening.
It was the evening. Okay, well, I love the casualness of it. I love the layers. I think a denim shirt is actually it's making a comeback. And more than anything, I think Nick Mutuma is one of those guys that we used to see, you know, 5 years ago falling out of clubs, you know, very, you know, childish. And now this is sort of a mature incarnation of him. And I think he looks so dapper and simple. Like, you don't have to try too hard all the time.
Carol, do you agree with Anabel?
A little bit of this and a little bit of that, mainly because, I mean, I love the look on Nick, but the thing I would fault him with is the fitting, because I think that's where he failed. It's a very fashion-forward look, it's a very classic, it's a very elegant look, but you have to get the fitting right. So if he would have just gone, again, a size smaller, then it would have had a very different effect from what it looks like now. Yeah.
Ian?
I agree. I like the look. I like the look. If the sweater was just slightly smaller, then it wouldn't even look that crumpled look that it's got right now. But I love the look.
Yeah, I love the look too. We use the hashtag FashionWatch. Tell us what you think about what Nick Mutuma has on.
And find out what Bob did to him.
I've actually said something negative about
Bob, you're jealous.
I can't be jealous of a young man.
Okay.
I know me.
You know you.
Yes.
Okay, so hashtag is FashionWatch. Let's proceed. See who else was there. This is a totally different. We're crossing borders now. This is Lupita Nyong'o at the Tony Awards. The backdrop there is quite busy, but as you can see there, she has this gown on that's pretty busy too. So let's start with you, Carol, and what you thought about this look on Lupita.
Well, just before I answer that, let me just give a bit of context for the background. The Tony Awards have never been a fabulous red carpet event before. So not until about a couple of years back, when they had this collaboration between the late Joan Rivers of Fashion Police, Vogue magazine, and a PR company that decided to dress personalities on the red carpet so that they can turn the red carpet for the Tonys into a business platform. It never was. It was very lazy. Nobody used to watch it. So because they've revamped it, now the red carpet for the Tonys is becoming a big deal. So that background is supposed to replace all the banners that they've always had, so they can give it a different feel for the photographers and to give it a buzz. So let's not even fault the background on that. It was actually, we usually think that these guys have their act together when it comes to red carpet. They don't always do that. So I just thought it was good to clarify that in case we think that they always have their game. Sometimes they don't.
So this for you is not working, this whole rose thingy background?
I actually love it. I love it because it gives a different kind of background and context. It almost looks like a magazine cover. And that's the effect they're going for. They're going for a glam look and to elevate the status of the red carpet for the Tony Awards. Because theatre was never really such a big deal for them before. As for this dress, it's a very basic silhouette, you know, it's very basic, very classic. But I love how it's been done, the detailing, the handcraft. It's very couture actually. You don't really know that. And the back of it, which you can't see, is actually open, so you don't get to see that. I love this look on Lupita. It's a very simple look, and going with the spirit of what the Tony Awards want to do, they still don't have that whole vavoom factor for the red carpet, so this actually works for it.
Yeah, Anabel.
This is a Hugo Boss gown. Hugo Boss is a designer that has traditionally made sort of menswear. Look, it's a menswear designer. You probably love Hugo Boss, right, Bob? And here they are making gowns for women and making gowns for superstar women like Lupita. And this is a beautiful dress. I love it. I love the simplicity of it. I love the way Lupita, when she just keeps things simple, she comes out looking gorgeous. I love the fact that her hair is back to the afro. I wish that she'd worn maybe a bigger earring to just sort of fill in that space around her shoulders with the off-the-shoulder look. But otherwise, I can't fault it. I love the flower wall in the background. I love the fact that it clashes with her dress. Love, love, love.
Yeah, okay. Let's take your questions now. We went out on the streets and some of you forwarded your questions to the Fashion Watch panel, and let's listen in.
There's the kind of tie you wear, send a message. Whether it's a fat tie, slim tie, bow tie, yeah, does it send a message?
Is it okay to have a laptop bag with a full-on suit? Is it a question of form over function, or you have to have a briefcase?
I would love to know, what makes something fashionable? Is it the appearance? Is it the fabric? Is it the physique? Maybe you let us know as citizens of Kenya in the fans of your program.
Okay, so Fashion Watch went to the streets of Nairobi. I want to start with you, Bob, on the laptop bag, because yes, you look at corporates coming in even to meetings and what have you, carrying this rucksack or you know, the sling bag, you know, depending on your preference really, and here you are suited up and looking really good. So this whole, you know, laptop bag thingy and how to...
We're trying to go and copy London. That's what the guys in London do, but I don't think it looks good at all. When you have a suit and you're suited up and you have a tie, please, if you have to carry something, let's be in a briefcase kind of way. Yeah, or a man bag, but a rucksack, it's not stylish at all, so please try and avoid that.
Ian?
Man bag. Yes, it should be a man bag.
So rucksack, sort of something that you sling over your shoulder as opposed to the rucksack?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What was the other question?
Tie.
The tie, yes. What your tie, like basically the slim tie, okay.
I think Robert should better answer that. He's very well versed in ties. He speaks the language, talks about red.
Tell us about your tie and how appropriate or fashionable this is.
Slim ties, this is not too slim, but I wouldn't wear this in an office. You try to avoid the very slim ties when you go to offices. You need to have the medium to large size of ties because it's a serious look. Of course, yes, about the bow tie. Bow tie, you cannot go with it to an office. It's for dinner and all that kind of thing. And the colors also matter. You cannot wear a red tie if you're not a boss. If you want to suit people, if you're called to your boss's office to be reprimanded, go with that earth color. A brown tie actually makes if you go to red, in a red tie to see your boss, you're trying to show him you're the powerful person. You're usurping his authority. That's why red, American president, red, President Uhuru Kenyatta. So if you're a junior person, try and avoid the red ties. If you've been called, you've done something wrong, wear an earth color. If you're ambitious, don't wear red. You'll kill your ambition. So try and wear a brown color, earth color. It has a way of soothing someone's anger and lowering their anger. So if you're being called by your boss for an issue you did in the office, go code.
What about for a job interview?
Don't go for, never touch red when you go for a job interview. Don't dare touch red. Just the way you have to wear only black, gray, or blue suits, then you have to get the ties that match those 3 colors.
Yeah, and definitely not yellow, I assume.
No, not yellow, unless you're going for a Lingala interview or something.
Unless you're going for Rumba. So, Anabel, honestly speaking, before we get to the other question, the tie, because I see some guys wearing these really thin ties. How age appropriate is that for, say, a guy in his late 30s, early 40s? Is that something we should leave for the Nick Mutumas, or does it not have a certain age group associated with it?
No, I would say the skinny tie is actually, it's still in fashion actually, and I like it, but it's not really about age, it's more about shape. So you really have to be tall and slender to get away with a tall and slender tie. So if you're more portly, wider, then wear a wider tie, but also don't wear the super wide ties because those are really out of date. Yeah, so not the super fat ones, don't wear those.
The one you wear without a shirt, it just covers you.
The samosa. Really, Carol. Okay, so let's take your tweets, see what you guys are saying out there on social media. Hashtag is Fashion Watch. And this is what you're saying. The 2 girls in gold and yellow are good enough skin show. So yeah, the crop top is not her type.
What does that mean?
Yeah. Ha ha ha. No, we do not dress to impress men. We just love to and confidence. Bob.
Thank you. And
It's not all over the world that women spend hours dressing to impress men. It uplifts their egos.
How do you know this is a guy?
That's Ngure, that's a guy. So, Yvonne, the lady with the high slit and the cleavage all out needs special help. The cleavage shows her twins are in 2 different towns. No, I did not just read that.
How did you even know cleavage?
Wow. Okay. Goodness. I applaud the fashion critics who killed it tonight. What is a clive?
You read cleavage and you couldn't climb. You
read it well. I was just editing it.
Cleavage.
Yeah.
Because that's what they hear.
Oh, but where's the apostrophe?
No way.
No, she meant cleavage, but she hears cleavage.
Oh. Wow.
So that's what you wrote, cleavage. Don't laugh.
Wow, I thought, well, who's Clive?
We're here to educate. Okay. Cleavage.
Okay.
Sorry. We've lost Lo. Thanks for coming, guys. See you next week.